I never imagined I'd walk away from the woman I loved for over 15 years. But sometimes silence is the only thing you have left when trust has been shattered beyond recognition. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a comment if you've ever been in a situation where love and betrayal collided. You're not alone. We were high school sweethearts, Olivia and I. She had that kind of laugh that made people turn their heads. And when she looked at you, it felt like you were the only one in the room. We built a life from scratch. College together, our first tiny apartment, late-night instant noodles, saving every penny to buy our first home. 15 years, one child, and countless memories later, I thought we were rock solid. I was wrong. The signs didn't come all at once. They crept in like shadows stretching longer in the evening. Her phone started becoming a permanent fixture in her hand. She'd smile at messages she never shared. The overtime at work became more frequent. At first, I chalked it up to stress, maybe even burnout. I tried to be understanding, took over more of the chores, made dinners, gave her space. But distance grew in our home like a crack in glass, spreading invisibly at first, until one day it shattered. It was a random Tuesday evening. She was in the shower, and I'd gone to our bedroom to grab something. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. A message preview flashed up. Last night was unforgettable. I can't stop thinking about you. From a name I didn't recognize. My stomach dropped. My hand shook as I unlocked her phone, a passcode I had known for years that now felt like breaking into a stranger's life. There it was, dozens of messages, some flirty, some explicit, and one photo that erased any last trace of denial from my heart. She was having an affair. I didn't confront her that night. I couldn't. I just shut down. My world collapsed silently inside me. The woman I trusted with my soul had shared it with someone else. Over the next few days, I went through the motions. I slept beside her, ate the dinner she made, kissed our son goodnight, all the while a storm raged inside me. I kept staring at her, trying to find the woman I loved, but all I saw was a stranger wearing her face. A week later, when she left for a weekend work retreat, I packed a bag, left a note, and disappeared. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I didn't give her the satisfaction of a dramatic exit. I just walked away from the wreckage with what little dignity I had left. I moved to a small coastal town 3 hours away, rented a small place, got a job managing a local hardware store, changed my number, deleted social media. I needed to disappear, not just from her, but from who I had been, the husband, the provider, the man whose identity was tied to a woman who betrayed him. The first few months were the hardest. I cried alone some nights, wondering if I'd made the right decision. I missed our son like hell. I missed the comfort routine, even the sound of her humming in the kitchen. But every time I thought about going back, I'd remember that message, that photo, that night. So I stayed gone. I found small joys, walking along the shore, fixing things with my hands, getting to know the locals who didn't know me as a guy who got cheated on. I wrote letters to my son. Never sent them. I wasn't ready. Not yet. Then one rainy afternoon, almost a year later, there was a knock on my door. I opened it to find Olivia. Her face was soaked, not just from the rain, but from tears. She looked older, more fragile than I remembered. She held a soaked envelope in one hand, her eyes scanning mine like she was searching for a ghost. I didn't know where else to go, she whispered. I stood there in silence. I hadn't heard her voice in over 11 months, and yet it still stirred something in me. Pain, mostly. She stepped inside. I didn't stop her. We sat down across from each other, and for a long time neither of us spoke. Finally, she broke the silence. I'm sorry, Alex. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I need you to know that I ended it, the affair. It didn't mean anything, and it ruined everything. I wanted to scream, to ask her why, to demand how it could mean nothing when it cost everything. But I just stared at her and asked one thing. Why come here now? Her voice cracked. Because a year without you is worse than anything I could imagine. Because I've lived with the guilt every single day. Because I still love you. I looked away. You love me, and you still chose someone else. She nodded, tears falling freely now. I don't deserve a second chance, but I had to try. We talked for hours about the past, about our son, about the silence. She told me she'd been in therapy, that she realized she'd been running from herself more than me, that the affair was a symptom of wounds she never addressed. I listened. I owed her that much. But forgiveness, that's a different mountain entirely. I didn't take her back. Not that night. Not even in the weeks that followed. But I didn't shut her out either. We started slow. Text calls, video chats with our son. I started visiting him again, being a father, even if I couldn't be a husband anymore. Trust is like a mirror. Once it cracks, you can glue it back together. But the reflection is never the same. Maybe one day the cracks won't hurt so much. Maybe one day we'll build something. Not the same as before, but something new. Or maybe we won't. But I know this. Disappearing gave me back pieces of myself I'd lost long before the affair. And maybe, just maybe, that's the beginning of healing.